Hello everyone and welcome back to the channel. In our ongoing journey through the IGNOU MA English program and specifically the crucial course MEG05 Literary Criticism and Theory, today we are going to dive into the very foundation. Block number 1, Title and Introduction. If you are just starting with MEG05 or even if you are a bit further along, understanding the layout and core ideas presented in the initial block is absolutely essential. Think of block number 1 as setting the stage for all the fascinating and sometimes complex theories we'll explore later in the course. It answers the fundamental questions: what are we even talking about when we say literature, criticism, and theory? So grab your notes, maybe a cup of coffee, and let's get started on understanding what lies with block number 1 of MEG 5. Block number 1 is thoughtfully structured in 6 distinct units, is designed to build your understanding of the core concept. Let's take a look at each one. Unit number 1 is titled Literature, Criticism, and Theory. This unit is foundational because it clearly defines the key terms that form bedrock of this entire course. It explores what we mean by literature, not just in written work, but as a dynamic form of cultural expressions. It then delves into criticism, explaining its role in analyzing, interpreting, and evaluating literature. Finally, it introduces theory, showcasing how different theoretical frameworks provide us with lens through which to understand literature in diverse ways. This unit establishes the interconnectedness of these three concepts, highlighting that they are not isolated entitles but rather work together in our engagement with literary text. Moving on, unit number 2 is Overview Western Critical Thought. This unit takes you on a historical journey, tracing the evolution of critical ideas from ancient Greece right up to the early 20th century. Think of it as a chronological roadmap of how thinkers throughout history and approach literature. You will encounter foundational figures like Plato and Aristotle, whose ideas have profoundly shaped Western thoughts. The unit will touch upon key periods and moments, giving you a sense of how literary criticism have developed and transformed over centuries. This historical context is vital for understanding the later, more specific theories we will encounter. Building upon the historical overview, unit number 3 focuses on 20th century developments. This unit examines the significant intellectual shift and the emergence of new critical schools that criticize the 20th century. This was a period of rapid change and innovation in literary thought, with the rise of various approaches like formalism, structuralism, and more. Understanding these developments is crucial because many of the contemporary literary theories we study in later blocks have their roots in these 20th century movements. Next, we have unit number 4, the function of criticism. This unit delves into the purpose and the role of literary criticism in our understanding and evaluation of literature. It explores questions like why do we need literary criticism? What are the different roles critics play to interpret, to contextualize, or something else entirely? This unit encourages you to think critically about the act of criticism itself and its impact on how we perceive literary work. Now shifting our focus beyond the Western tradition. Unit number 5 introduces us to Indian aesthetics. This is a particularly important unit as it highlights the rich and distinct tradition of critical thought and has developed in India over centuries. You will be introduced to key concepts like rasa, the aesthetic flavor, and dhwani, suggestion, which offers unique perspective on how literature creates meaning and evokes emotion in the reader. Understanding Indian aesthetics provides valuable counterpoint to Western theories and broadens your understanding of literary appreciation on a global scale. Finally, in unit number 6, we encounter resistance to theory, how to read a reader. This unit delves into some of the debates surrounding the application and necessity of literary theory. It explores the arguments against theory, often focusing on the idea that theory can sometimes obscure the simple enjoyment of reading. It also examines the role of the reader in the process of interpretation, acknowledging but meaning is solely determined by the text or the critic, but also by the individual reader engagement. This unit encourages a nuanced perspective on the value and limitations of theoretical approaches. So, as you can see, block number 1, an introduction in MEG 05, lays a crucial groundwork for your entire study of literary criticism and theory. It defines fundamental terms, provides vital historical context of Western thought, introduces the significant 20th century developments, explores the purpose of criticism, opens up the fascinating world of Indian aesthetic, and even touches upon the debate surrounding theory itself and the role of the reader. Understanding these foundational concepts will make navigating the subsequent more specialized block much easier and more rewarding. When you move on studying classical criticism, romantic criticism, Marxist perspectives, feminist theories, and so on, you will be able to connect them back to the fundamental ideas introduced in block number 1. Therefore, when you are tackling MEG 05, I highly recommended spending quality time with block number 1. Make sure you grasp the definitions, understand the historical progression of ideas, and appreciate the significance of both Western and Indian aesthetic tradition. In our upcoming videos, we will dive deeper into each of these blocks and even individual units, providing more details, explanation, and examples. So make sure you are subscribed and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out. What are your initial thoughts on block number 1? Is there any unit that particularly introduced you to seem challenging? Let me know in the comments below. Thanks for watching. Keep exploring the world of literature, and I'll see you in the next video. Thank you so much for watching till here. Bye bye.